Morning, guys. Paul and Ryan here from PA Outdoors Couple on a snowy Pennsylvania morning. We're just kind of hanging out and walking around. Hold on for just a second. Here we are. We got rocking our wool blankets. Just keeping warm. There's the old shit shack in the back. And we are going down. I don't know if I can do this when I'm recording. Right, I can.
Flip it.
Yep. So we're going down. Watch out. Just want to go down, look at the creek. That's where we go trout fishing. Just trying to get out today. Did a little painting earlier. Modified my little glove modification so I could play with my phone. All right. Just going across the road to check out Little Fishing Creek. Just wanted to get out and walk around a little bit. Finally off after a week, and just the concept of doing more work at the house was kind of like, ah. I need a breather. It just stopped snowing. I can hear the geese.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see on land right here.
Mm-hmm. It was in the low 20s today in the morning, upper in teens, so I thought it'd be a good time to get out and do the wool blanket video. But I used that when it was almost zero out here, and I was absolutely warm. I didn't record it, but I also did the wool blanket and the candle trick, and it works. But I'll tell you what, using that, I got a military ground pad, and that in combination is bulletproof. I think it was like that night was 2 degrees outside. 2 wool blankets and a candle and a ground pad, and I damn near say I was comfortable. So let's get down to the creek. They put a pipe in. That was the big adventure of the of the road for last year. The people working over here. I don't like it when people are near my house, so. This is a really nice deep runoff here, but I've never seen fish in it. Usually they go up this way, but we've had a lot of trees and stuff come down and wash down the creek. So look, right now I'm gonna shut up and let you listen to the water. You see that? It's gonna focus. The sycamore tree? Mm-hmm. We come down here when we go mushroom hunting too, because there's some old men of the woods that grow down here, which is super, super tasty stuff. Tastes like the kind of a little bit like charry, gristly ends of steak. When you cook them, they're delicious. Just salt and pepper, that's all you need. Let's go get back to the creek. Interesting. Here's the kind of natural dam that's forming of the branches down there. So at some point in time, it's either going to clear itself out or things are going to start diverting down that way more. But this is the trout hole, basically. I don't do much fishing on this side because of snags and stuff, but I go to the other side here. Ryan's taking pictures too. This is a swamp birch, or yellow birch, I believe. Big one's over here. Hoping to find some more birch polypore mushrooms, because tincture, you can make medicine that helps fight off colon cancer, I believe, and that runs in the family. So we're trying to get some more medicinal things. But here, back in here, is where we get a lot of the trying to think, the name escapes me all of a sudden. The bolete mushrooms. We see some red brown boletes back here. There's a lot of chestnut boletes up in our property too. So Lactarius mushrooms are over here. We'll get into all that this summer. He'll go and join us while we do some mushroom hunting. And wild grape harvesting, because there's a slew of wild grape that come up here that we got, and we made a nice hooch out of. These are all the grapevines that we harvested the grapes off of. We had to make sure we had enough left for nature. And we took the rest and made juice out of it. That made us loopy. Loopy juice. Well, there went my hat. Oh, Brian.
Can I go around?
You got this.
I do. I just don't want to slip.
Yeah. There we go. And these deer paths through here. You might be able to hear a little motor noise. That's a aeration pump over at the cabin for the pond. People are allowed to come back here and use the creek access for fishing, just not the pond. There's a hole. Something lives down there. There's some marks on the ground. Nothing fresh. The snow just happened. This snow just landed in the last 3 hours. Something I think lives down there. Very pretty. these rocks. Over there, I can't see it, but straight ahead when the water is rushing, there's like a little waterfall that comes down there too, which is really peaceful when you just sit here and quiet. This tree just came down not too long ago. That was up there. That these trees didn't used to be here last time I was over. But nature's way. Over there's my property, right that way. Let's see if we can get down to the creek a little bit better. Let you listen to it. We come down here a lot and we try to find fossils especially when the water dries up a little bit. There's more creek bed you can go through. A lot of the fossils we find here, as far as I can tell, are from here when water was over PA, because a lot of it's sea life, and that was I think it was in the Ordovician and the Carboniferous and the Devonian period, I guess, about 300 million years ago. So it's really cool to find stuff like that here. Just sometimes Ryan's really good at finding them too. Big, like smashed between two rocks, kind of like a huge sand deposit. When you break them open, it's full of just brachiopods and all that kind of nautilus, sea life, and things like that. Not nautilus, but all the swirly things. So we're trying to find some good examples of that and then try to research and see what the hell we have going on in our hands. We're just getting into a lot of things like that. So don't be surprised when you see a little bit of that on the channel, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of survival, a little bit of camping, a little bit of this. But we're trying to just bring you along for the ride, and we're having a great time doing it. So more hiking trails are going to be coming, things like that. So if you're into stuff like that, stick around. Mountain laurel hanging down. Oh, and we're going to have merch here soon too. Stickers. We're going to have some merch coming up. And we'll maybe start doing some geocaching. And then also just if we're over at certain areas, once we get the merch, maybe we'll start dropping some stickers and stuff for people to find when we go to certain areas. Fun interactive stuff, that's right. There's the sun trying to peer out from the clouds. But a cold but very, very beautiful and nice Pennsylvania morning with my girl. Woo!
Yeah.
Looking forward to mushroom hunting again when the weather turns a bit. There are some mushrooms you can find in the winter, enoki and things like that, but really haven't seen anything too much. But we did find chaga. We're in, near Austin, PA. We found some chaga, so that was awesome. So I'll have to try to grind that up and make it into a tea and maybe do some infusions. Tinctures. Not gonna cinematically focus. There you go. Cinematic. One day we'll get so professional we'll have pictures of ourselves walking away in camera. That's what the professionals do, so. That's it. Can't do it. I only have I only have one finger out, but I wanted to look at those rocks in there. That's awesome. See the different layers. It's a nice shot. Might have to paint that. Just like that. Might check out, we were going to go to Hickory Run State Park today, but then the snow came. Hickory Run's a little bit, you have to go over through Wilkes-Barre areas and Scranton areas, that area, and sometimes when it snows it can get really hairy up there, so not sure exactly what we're going to do today, but we might try to run out later. The girls have a birthday party for their cousin, so get them later. We might check out a graveyard on the way, a small little country one. And something we passed over, there's that swamp birch, yellow birch I think. Something that I passed over a few different times, didn't even think about it until last week, was there's a little place called the Old Stone Church in Berwick, Pennsylvania, my hometown. So I'm definitely gonna have to go check that out. Trying not to fall in the creek. That was a close one right there. As lovely as it is, I don't want to fall in it. Or that hole. But yeah, Berwick, Pennsylvania, the Old Stone Church. Maybe drive drive around some of the older churches. Maybe Saint Cyril. That's the one that was by my house growing up, where we hung out a lot and walked around. And Nick Adams is buried there, if anybody knows that old movie and radio star. Apparently, the Duke, John Wayne, was in Berwick that day for his funeral. So, a little history there. Blanket keeping your midsection nice and warm. Nice and warm. That's good. Oh, look at the sumac. Come on, focus. Sumac buds. They actually make a very interesting kind of tea. We had it this year, and it's actually not bad. Tastes kind of like a black tea a little bit, with a bitter, like kind of like a bitter cranberry.
Yeah.
It's actually quite nice. Put a little vodka in that, you're rocking. Let's see, get over here. That'll help Ryan. Yeah, these buds are pretty good. They make a nice tea. Now, I've had poison sumac on my face, and that wasn't fun, but this is completely different. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it takes a little, I mean, it is bitter, but you add some sugar to it to balance it out. And honestly, the only thing you have to pay for is sugar, and you have a nice summer drink. And it's cooling to the first degree medicinally. So it's just a nice kind of like lemonade type drink to have in the hot days. So I think we still have 2 gallons steeping in the house from last year. We do it in boiling water, so we boil the water, then steep it. That way it's not going to go bad on us when we seal it up. All right. Here we are. We are all dressed up like Eskimos. But no, keeping warm, keeping comfortable on this. Like I said, it was 19 when we started. It's probably up to 23 or something like that now. Snow stopped. But it's a very comfortable day in PA. And we're happy to be here. So until the next time, cheers.
Cheers.